welcome.
Hi, Rupa. It's great to be here with you. Welcome. You too. Early in the morning. Yeah.
Early in the morning for you. You are the one who is dialing in from what, Amsterdam now?
Amsterdam now, but I originally live in Sweden, but I'm in Amsterdam now because I'm going to do a T. Harv Eker course. Yeah.
Oh,
So I'm super excited. Yes.
so am I. So it's
Yeah.
really nice. You're dialing in from Amsterdam and I'm from India. So I'm so glad to have you here on this discussion. And today's discussion is all about masterminds and knowledge business. How exciting
Yes.
is that?
Super exciting. It's the best thing because people learn from masterminds now more than ever. And people go for self-learning more than ever. So this is super important for people to really understand how and why, strategies and techniques and tools for this. So I think it's super important. And I love the format.
Same here. And it's so great that, both of us, we are walking on the same journey. It's Harvecker, it's masterminds, it's knowledge business. We connect with each other. And that's why I'm so excited to have you. Of course, I know you so well. However, let's go ahead and have a quick round of introduction. So may I have the pleasure to know about you from you?
Yes, thank you, Rupa. Well, I have 35 plus years from coaching. I have about 17 years from leadership trainings and been working as a human resource on a global level. I work with executives and I've been cascading masterminds for pretty much 10 years. But then I think it was 2 or 3 years, the KBB system that was launched by Dean Graziosi and Tony Robbins. And they kind of put everything into a really, really good format. And I've been using that one ever since. And it's amazing the way people open up, start sharing, start learning from one another. Expert brains just come out. And there's so much knowledge in the room that gets me. I mean, sometimes it gives me goosebumps because it's nothing that I can just dream up or make up myself, but I can facilitate it. And this is also something I use very much when I cascade leadership trainings and also global trainings in this type of forum. So that's short background of me, but I also want to hear you because I want my audience to be able to understand what you do, Rupa.
It will be an honor. And wow, 35 years. This is amazing, Marie.
Yeah, I know. I'm a bit older than some.
Wiser.
Yeah, it could be.
Okay, so quickly about myself. I'm from India, and I have, after working for almost 14 years in the IT industry, in the corporate world, managing multiple teams across geographies, I have realized that, masterminds and knowledge sharing is not just limited to the business world. It is as applicable to the corporate world as it is to the business world. So in my initial days, almost 14 years of IT experience and, as a corporate experience. And after that, it is about 7 years that I'm running my business, which is a local business, which is into events and corporate gifts, the swags. But it is only recently that I started my journey into the field of training, coaching, and masterminds. And it has been such a pleasure because I have this mission. And probably, you already know my mission, but I'll reiterate it anyway. So I am on a mission to help 10,000 people live a freedom lifestyle. And according to me, freedom lifestyle is living a life of passion, purpose, peace, and profits. Profits being very important, right? So
Yeah, it's super important. Yeah.
Yeah. So and I realized that if I want to reach out to these 10,000 people and help 10,000 people, I need to find out a way that is a little faster. So one-on-one is great. I mean, I love one-on-ones. However, to make a bigger impact and reach out to a bigger set of audience in an extremely intellectual manner where everybody gets impacted and benefited, I realized the importance of coaching, training, and most importantly, masterminds. Oh my God. And from the time, like you and I, we have both been on this journey of mastermind learning from Tony Robbins, Dean Graziosi, and who else, who better than them to learn about masterminds. So it's an
Yes, and I just want to acknowledge Blair Singer also, because he's one of the master trainers that we had, and I mean his masterminds are amazing.
Oh,
Yeah,
yes, yes, absolutely.
yeah,
And you know what? That is what I realize, that we are so fortunate and so blessed to have learned from the master of the masters. So,
yeah.
so before we proceed, let me just ask you a quick question. I know you are a big fan of self-education and skilling up
Yes.
and learning. So, what do you think about self-education? Why is it so important, and why is that really the new way to go forward?
Well, there could be a long answer and it could be a short answer, but what I would say that, I mean, today, if I want to learn any skill, I go to YouTube, whether it's Excel, whether it's um, learning about leadership or find out whatever. I mean, I go to YouTube or I go to any other forum to learn about it. And I want it now, and I want to put my own things together pretty much. So I think that in the future, and I think the future is already here, to be honest, Rupa, I mean, more and more people will learn this way. So throughout the last 5 years, I mean, my self-education has been both physical with Blair and with Tony and Dean and all that, but mainly through internet. And I also see that the young kids today, that's the way they're going to learn. I'm not sure anymore that people would spend, I don't know how many thousands of dollars going to school while they will be deep in debt. And I'm not saying school is not good, so trust me on that one. I do think it's very, very good to go to school, but I also think that we should balance it, because people are in debt, and it doesn't mean that they actually will get a job only due to that, because I think that the self-learning is an experience that you need to embody, you need to practice it, you have to put it into action, and that's how you learn. And I see this over and over and over. And I also see in the masterminds that I have with people that's been in the corporate world longer, or they are in my age, 50 plus, and they are not interested in going to school anymore.
Mm.
They want to learn now. They want to learn, like you said, what's my next step in life? How do I um, how do I self-educate myself now? So that's where the internet is a huge learning portal, I
Mm.
would say, huge.
Mm.
And what we will do, you and I, is also to use the internet even more to, I mean, cascade masterminds with different topics. So I
Mhm.
would say that self-learning, self-education that's the new black.
Oh, yes. Or as
Yeah,
Dean says, self-education is really the new norm.
yeah, definitely, definitely.
And I agree with what.
Yeah. So what is your experience?
Yeah, indeed, indeed. It's the same thing, right? So,
Mhm.
what I've realized is, while we have, so there are two ways of getting to where you want. So imagine that you are here right now. This is your point A, and point B is where you want to be, you desire to be. And
Mhm.
there are two ways of going there. One is you take that journey all by yourself. You fall down, you get up, you fall down, you get up. You keep yourself motivated. And it's not a surprise that there are so many people who give up on this journey, right? And those who
Yep.
persist, there is a long way of going there, through the self experience, through doing things on your own, through learning from your failures. So that's one way. And the second way is, look at the people who are already here, people who have
Yeah.
been there, done that. They have gone through the failures and ups and downs and everything. They have all the necessary skill set, the knowledge, the experience, right? So the
Mm.
other way of learning, and that is where self education comes very handy, masterminds comes very handy, is reach out to those people. And instead of taking this journey on your own, let them
Yes.
handhold you. Let them tell
Yes.
you what works, what doesn't work, where are the possible failures, and literally, so that is what happens in masterminds or knowledge, while you're learning from those people, right? They kind of condense their years or even decades of experience into
Yeah.
a single module or a 3-day workshop or a 5-day mastermind, and that's it. You get to learn the best of the skills and the best of the paths to take there to the point B and reach to the point B with minimum efforts. And according to me, I think that is why self education or masterminds are so powerful. They save our
Mm.
time, they save our efforts, and most importantly, they save our money, right? Because imagine
Yes.
all the failures all the losses that we could pursue. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Yeah, because to me also mastermind, just like you say, you get the possibility, as I said a little bit earlier, to pick somebody else's brain. And
Yes.
it's a shortcut to
Oh,
this knowledge.
yeah.
And I mean, I spent a lot of time, many years, and in my masterminds, pretty much as yours, I mean, they pick my brain and they get my 30 plus experience within a shorter period of time. And they, like you say, save time, they save money.
Hmm.
And that's how we can also bring a lot of value into our masterminds, a
That's
lot of
wow.
experience, a lot of learnings.
And
And
that's
this is where we fill the room with all these people.
yeah.
So, one thing that you were saying is that you have the three pillars, and you talk about finance, and you talk about freedom, and you talk about passion and purpose and all that. But I think also that the finance part is something that we should address a little bit,
Yeah.
because I also think that in this world with self education, you find a lot of things for free.
Yeah.
And you should bring a lot of value out there to everybody.
Hmm.
But also to acknowledge that within the mastermind, that, I mean, I don't know, how much money did you pay for masterminds, Rupa? Through your years? I mean, we
let's,
spent a lot of money on this, right?
let's put it this
So,
way. I have invested my life savings, Murray, and I don't even joke when I
yeah,
say that. I have invested my life savings into learning from the best of the best, in getting into the masterminds and getting into the
yeah,
inner circle. And I do not regret, because I've started seeing the returns like this. It's so powerful.
yeah.
So it's totally
And
worth.
that's what I mean. That's what I mean. It's so important that you learn from people that already have invested a lot. Like
So
you and I, we've been with the world-class trainers. We have a lot of value to give to people. We have a lot of value, and this is also something I think with both with the KBB and also with the masterminds in general,
mhm.
to teach people how much knowledge they have
Yeah,
and how much knowledge they can bring to the table.
yeah.
Because when I met you, you also say, enlighten me on this one, Rupa, but how to help people. What is it that you normally say when you have your one liner when you sell yourself?
How to help people live a freedom lifestyle.
No, but you have another one also. You have the one to get your knowledge into action.
Yeah,
No,
convert your knowledge into profit. Oh,
exactly,
confused. I'm
exactly. And that's what the
confused.
KBB is all about, right?
So
Or
true.
not the KBB, but masterminds or
Mastermind,
self-education.
knowledge business
Yeah,
in general, right? Oh my
exactly.
God. It hurts me when I see some of the smartest people are also some of the broke people. Some of the,
Yeah,
they are intellectual, they are really, really smart, they are academically smart, but I don't see them making a lot of money. I don't see
mm,
them successful. I mean, some of them are even struggling financially. And as you correctly said, we cannot deny the importance of having this basic finances right. And if you can take all that knowledge that you have, convert that into a package, there are
yeah,
other people who are going to get benefited from your package. So you not only
mm,
get to impact them, but you also get to earn profits. And how cool is that? Changing the world as well as, creating building your own lifestyle. I don't think anything could be more powerful than this business of knowledge.
Yeah, and I totally agree. And that's why I also think it's a fantastic forum, Masterminds, because you can
Yeah.
teach, how to knit if
Mm.
you want to do that, or you can teach self-education, leadership, how to go on internet. I mean, it's whatever you have that you can bring value to other people, right?
Mhm.
So what we do mainly is to help people set up this type of masterminds for them to be able to bring in their own context into this. And that's where our passion is, right? To help people
Obviously.
really their masterminds, because we've done this many years. Yeah.
True. Yeah, you know what? I just realized that, talking about masterminds and talking about knowledge business comes so naturally to us. It comes from passion, and that is what we are doing for a living, right? We have
Yeah.
educated, we have got our diplomas in it, we have learned from the best, we have been a part of them. But I just realized that, the concept of mastermind, or the term mastermind, let us take a moment and let us, build the definition of mastermind in the most
Yeah.
simplest form. Because you and I, we have been talking about mastermind, but why don't we take a minute to define what mastermind means to you when you talk to your clients, or when I
Yeah.
talk to my clients or experts, and when I talk them about masterminds, I probably won't even use the word mastermind in the initial phases. So, and again, we all know that mastermind is not, maybe it is being used now as a term more in a more impactful manner. However, masterminds have been around for a really long time. So why don't we take a minute to define what mastermind means to you? How do you explain it to your clients?
Yes. So I would actually say, Rupa, for me, I would definitely use the term. And why is that? It's because I've been working with leadership trainings for forever. And when you have a leadership training, it's normally a, and then you put people into groups and they work and you learn a lot about yourself and you explore.
Mhm.
For me now, I have both leadership trainings, but I also have leadership masterminds,
Mhm.
because what I do is that I put them into, I mean, I would say,
Marie,
but
we lost
from,
you. So can you just repeat what you just said?
sorry.
Can you just repeat what you just said? I lost you for a second there.
Oh, okay. So when I cascade a mastermind, I normally have people in the group that have not exactly the same knowledge, but they are aiming for the same results.
Hmm.
So it could be CEOs, it
Hmm.
could be entrepreneurs, it can be people that want to take the next step in life. But I would not normally put them all into one mastermind to begin with, because I think that you need to have masterminds where you can share on the same level.
Hmm.
And then what we normally do is that you bring in some kind of problem, some kind of anything that you want to leverage. We bring it into a certain format. We use, the KBB format, or we use other, training formats that we do have. But after that, in the group are the masterminds. So they help the person
Hmm.
who needs that with their experience,
Hmm.
with their knowledge, with their best practices, but also with their failures and why they failed and how they can fail fast, which is really important.
Hmm.
So the format would be normally not like a teaching class.
Yeah.
It's more that everyone in the room has the knowledge, and then we accelerate from that point. But also, one thing that is super important, this could be for an hour, it could be for a day, it could be for 2 days. Normally, I will also take my more high ticket clients to a very nice venue and we spend more time. But that's when they trust one another and they can go deeper and deeper and deeper.
Hmm.
And I also bring experts. into those venues where we can have like Blair singers, or we can have other people that will really take them, 10x their business. But also what is super important is that they have a lot of actions to take when they leave.
Yeah.
Because my experience is that you go to different forums, you get all excited, but like you started, it's a journey of up and down. And then you go home and you feel alone.
Yeah.
And you don't have the energy anymore. But then you have the group and you have your masterminds participants, and you have your actions, and they keep you accountable 100%. So that's one of the formats I have. They can look a little bit different, but I would say that that would be the outline for me when I work, whether it's this type of forums or face-to-face that I have. So how do you normally do?
Okay, so I'll start with the definition of mastermind, what I feel. Okay, so I always simplify it for people who are hearing this term for the first time. So according to me, mastermind is nothing but two or more people with similar objective, as you correctly said, two or more people with similar objective coming together to exchange ideas, and then we leverage the collective genius of the group. It could be two people. So the idea is the formula here is 1 + 1 should be equal to 11 or more. So
Yes.
that is the so that's the power that that masterminds bring in. And the way I host mastermind is, again, like you said, it is all about using the individual's genius, individual experience and expertise for the rest of the group. So if it is a huge group, I normally tend to break it down in a group of 4 or 3 people, because each individual is going to add value. And at the end of the day, that is what matters. So it could start with as simple as how do we make an introduction that's so uniform. So if I'm doing a mastermind on let's say freedom lifestyle or knowledge business, then I would obviously, there will be a content, there will be some amount of training. However, at the end of the day, whoever is coming to this mastermind, they come in with one specific, or I extract that one specific obstacle that they have currently as of now in their business or in their life, which when resolved can take them to the next level. And then we, as collectively as a group, we put each individual in the spotlight, and the idea is to help them get solution to their obstacle. And as you said, and I cannot stress more on this, the most important part here is the action item. So what is that you're going to do in next 24 hours, in next 7 days, in next 14 days, or 1 month? That is written down very clearly. And this is probably the best part of mastermind, we have one accountability partner each for one person. So even when the mastermind is done, there will be somebody who will call you and say, hey, you had this problem, we decided on this as the next course of action, and you said you're going to take this action in next 24 hours, and we are on the 20th hour. Did you take that action? Do you need any help? Now, this doesn't happen when you go to conferences or trainings, right? This can happen only in a truly tightly held mastermind. And that is how I would like to help not only those people who are coming to my mastermind, but also other experts, other businesses who are not sure how to host their own masterminds. But that is where I intend to help them. And I know you also have the same thought process. So how do you wish to, those people who are going to watch this video, if they want to reach out to you, and I know you do a lot of leadership and senior leadership mastermind. So if they want to reach out to you, how would you help them?
Yes. So I was actually going to come to that because we talked about this earlier. So I would separate it just like you said. One is to help leaders or CEOs or whomever how to build their own masterminds.
Correct.
So this would be to give them the formulas, the strategies, the curriculum for this. and go through it, but also to spend time with them to help them facilitate. Because how you facilitate a mastermind is very crucial, because it's really important that you don't end up in the too much teaching mood. It's a part of the ingredients.
Yeah.
But I would say I would divide it into two. So one part would be to help people build their masterminds, and both you and I will have masterminds around how to build this also, because I mean, the format can be used forever. But
Mastermind about
that's
how to
one,
be mastermind.
exactly. But that's one way to do it, to go through the curriculum, give them the tools, step by step, be an accountability partner for 2 or 3 times when they cascade the masterminds, so that they feel very comfortable. You coach them, you help them facilitate the room, you give them the tools for real. So that can happen live in this forum, or it can happen live within, any forum. And that I will want to define is the masterminds where you go through, like I have my crack the code to your dream life, or crack your code to leadership next level, crack your code so you don't, of you, excuse my language, bullshit belief systems that keeps you holding you back. But that's just an ingredient to wherever you want to go, that you need to look into the little voice that keeps you small, or keeps you procrastinate, or keeps you not thinking that you have knowledge to bring to the table. So that's an ingredient that I always bring into my masterminds. But I would say it's 2 parts for me. One is when I cascade a mastermind for the objectives and where people are the heroes, just like you put it out so perfectly. And the one is other to help people build their masterminds, give them tools and all that. But it's very, very good, I think, to experience a mastermind before you cascade a mastermind.
Yeah, absolutely. And some of them are not even aware. Some of the business owners or experts, trainers, coaches who are so good in what they do, they are probably not even aware that mastermind could be your topmost revenue source. Because you are so good at what you do that you can host your own mastermind. And at this point of time, even if you do not know how to host mastermind, there are mastermind certified experts like you and me, and there are a lot more. They just have to look up for us, probably search for Certified Mastermind Professional, and they would come across people like us who are waiting to help them build their own mastermind. Probably, as you correctly said, help them with the tools, the process, but we literally help them with a system. And once they learn the system from us, they can replicate that process, and they can build their own mastermind for various subjects that they are really good at, and make that as their topmost revenue source. So that is one thing that people are not leveraging right now, and it's almost it's our goal. In fact, it is our responsibility as certified mastermind professional to help people build their own mastermind, help them co-host their first few mastermind, and then they can take off from there. Am I saying it right?
Yeah, and I want to build on something that you said, because you talk about a template or a formula, and something that I learned, the last 10 years, but lately very much with the top trainers that you and I have met, is that there is proven formulas that works. And there are templates that if you stay with the template, you have a success formula. And these templates, these are the things that you and I teach. So this is also the shortcut into, you don't have to go all over the place and learn and put it all together and try to find out, because that was my challenge before, that I had to put it all together, and how do I do this, and this person does it this way and that way. But now, we do have the templates, we do have the proven formulas, we know what the best people do. And to be honest, when I look at how people do things now on the level from where we learned, I see that everybody does the same thing. So we just kind of cracked the code, I would say, to now know the background formula, and you and I will also share this just like they do, because that's how we bring value to the table. We will
Oh, yeah.
bring this formula to everyone who wants it, the template. We will practice it, we will go through it, and this will 10x people's masterminds, or how they want to do their trainings online, or they want to do trainings face to face, or whatever. It's when you know it, it's so simple. I wish I'm pretty angry I didn't know this before because this is really a fast. But I'm so happy that I can bring this now out to the world and help people. So
Indeed.
formulas proven, templates proven, that you follow a certain process, and that gives you the results. 100%.
Absolutely,
Yeah.
absolutely. And these are, and as one of our favorite trainers, Mac, also puts it right, or even Harv says it. If you have a system, you have a system to scalability. Your business,
Yes.
your growth is almost certain with a system. You can replicate that process. You can, oh my God, you can automate that process. So,
Yes.
if you do the masterminds correctly today, tomorrow you can run your mastermind even without having you around.
Exactly.
Yes.
Yeah.
So it's so
And
powerful.
my aim is to teach people so that they don't need me. But if
Absolutely.
they can pick my brain, I can take my 30 plus years, bring it in, have them pick my brain. I'm more than happy to do that, because I have so much knowledge to bring to
So
help them understand that they do too, right?
so true.
Yeah.
Murray, I know today is a very important day and you got to go. So before you could go, what is that one message that you would want to give to all the business owners or all the leaders who haven't yet leveraged the power of masterminds? What is that one advice for them?
I would say, first thing, join one. Make sure you find somebody that you can model, somebody that you look up to, somebody that you think is the expert in your business. They have a mastermind, and I would definitely join that mastermind, because that would really 10x. So find somebody, join a mastermind. It's, costs a lot or not. I would just say that model, pick their brains, learn from the best. That's what I would say.
That's so powerful. That's so powerful. Yes, somebody is already there where you want to go. Just model them, be with them, be in their mastermind.
Yes.
So powerful. And on the same lines, one message that I have for people who are subject matter experts, who are really good at what they do, and my message to them is: do not underestimate the power of mastermind. Yes, it is scary when you have not utilized it, when you have not done it by yourself. But remember, swimming is really scary only until you learn it. And
Yes.
every skill is learnable. So I would recommend each and every business owner and subject matter expert that you need to have your own mastermind. And you don't have to, figure everything out by yourselves. There are people like Murray, me, and so many other people who are certified mastermind professionals who can help you build your mastermind, who can even run the first few mastermind, set up the entire system for you to learn and take it forward from there. And remember, as Tony Robbins and Dean Graziosi also mentions, mastermind could also be one of your topmost revenue sources. Marie, do you know that they run a mastermind which is $100,000 per year per
Yeah.
person?
Yeah.
So that is the
I
kind of
know.
money that people are leaving on the table. And as you correctly said, oh my God, even it angers me that we didn't know about the system. So I would obviously I would encourage every single business owner to speak with people like you, like me, and other mastermind professionals to discuss what masterminds are, to look at ways to host their own mastermind, build their own mastermind, and start profiting from their own mastermind.
Yeah. Yeah. And I would also encourage everyone who watches this and feel engaged by us that, if you have any questions, or you got curious about something, but you want to deep dive into it a little bit more, I'm more than happy to just take a free call and give guidance, whether it's to me or to you or to someone else. So, I mean, honestly, we will both put our individual links below this video. And I mean, please just reach out. We're just a phone call away. And we're because we have a lot of things to do. But if you reach out, I promise that we will help you, because some people don't. But the people that do take action, those are the ones that we really want to help. So send a message, use the phone, whatever. So, I mean, take action, be courageous, reach out to one of us, whoever you feel you want to pick their brain, and we will give you a 15-minute free session, right? I will do that. I know that you do that, Rupa. So that's also part of how excited we are about this. And we are so excited to help people learn. Yeah.
Indeed. So I will be giving the link with this video wherever we put it. It will be your link, and it's funny, you know, both of us, we have the similar model wherein we are more than willing to help people. So even I have a 15-minute strategy session where it's an open discussion about Mastermind, about whatever they want to talk to. They don't even have to pay us for this free consultation. I hope there was somebody like, you know, us, when we got started, we didn't have anybody. And probably that's the reason why we are offering this free consultation to people who have questions. Come pick our brains. So that's amazing.
Yeah.
All right.
And I also want just to acknowledge what goes on between us now, because I say things in a certain way, you say things in another way. And this is how, when people listen to us, they will get the full picture, because the learning is in the room, right? It's not only with me, it's not only with you, it's with us. And this is where you 10x your business.
Absolutely.
And your personal growth, or scale up to the new business you have. Yeah. So I need to go, actually. Yeah. But thank you for spending time with me. I love this. I love you, Rupa.
It was an early morning for you, and you being here, having an open discussion. I had fun talking about masterminds, and I wish you a fantastic day ahead. And I hope people who are watching this, you know, your community, my tribe, and everybody, who, even strangers, do reach out to us to help them with their masterminds. And I know you would be more than happy to help, and I am more than willing to serve you. So serve anybody who reaches out to me. So once again, thank you so much for being on this discussion. It was great talking about masterminds and knowledge business. Thank you, Marie.
Yes. And we will cascade more of these. So if anybody is interested in learning, you and I will have our own channel, right? Where we will also share our learnings.
Yes, absolutely. So this is great, Marie. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Rupa.
Thank you.
Have a great day. Yeah.
Bye.
Bye.